It's Friday. Payday. That little notification pops up on your phone, and for about 24 hours, you feel like $1,000,000. You grab the nice dinner, you buy those sneakers you've been eyeing, you finally see that new movie. But then Monday rolls around, and you're right back to anxiously checking your balance, praying that one last transaction doesn't bounce before the next paycheck hits. I'm Finn, and I used to be one of them. I thought the problem was that I just didn't make enough. But the truth? The problem wasn't my income. 64% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck because of one big mistake. It was what I didn't do in the 60 minutes after I got paid. When it comes to payday, most people have no idea what to do. They wing it, and winging it is expensive. So today, I'm going step by step through the 8 things you need to do with your money as soon as it hits your account. Let's start with the foundation. Pillar 1, find your financial baseline. Most people commit one of the worst financial mistakes. In psychology, they call it mental accounting. In May, you might receive a tax refund from the IRS. You mentally categorize this as extra fun money. You get excited, you start spending. A new PS5, a new TV. But here's the problem. That money is the same as your regular income. You just paid too much in taxes, and the IRS is returning it. It's not a gift, it's your money coming home. The solution is simple but uncomfortable. Open up a spreadsheet, right now if you can. Take account of all your monthly expenses. Rent, internet, groceries, insurance, yes, even floss. Even that questionable pineapple pizza habit. Put it all in. I'm self-employed, so my income varies wildly every month. Doing this exercise, putting it all in a Google Sheet, was the first time I discovered how much I actually needed to survive with my current lifestyle. It's a great number to know. Now for the real work. The uncomfortable part. We need to delete the expense items that aren't your core essentials. Yeah, that means Netflix goes. That random stapler you bought? Gone. Your Candy Crush subscription? Adios. And while you're cutting expenses, sign up for my free weekly newsletter, Rethinkable, to build a wealthier and healthier life. Link is in the description. After a grueling self-reflection moment, and it is grueling, you should end up with just a few core expenses. First, housing, rent or mortgage. Generally, you want this under 30% of your income. Second, groceries and food, about 10 to 15% of your income. Third, insurance and utilities, internet, cell phone, electricity, about 10%. This number right here, this becomes your financial baseline, the absolute bare minimum you need to survive each month. Nothing extra, just survival. Aim to keep your financial baseline under 50% of your total income. If it's over, you need to look for expenses you can swap for cheaper ones. Do you really need that apartment with an indoor pool? Or a phone plan that has satellite coverage? Or free-range, organic, pasture-raised avocados? Knowing your financial baseline builds the foundation for everything else. It's the rock you stand on. And it leads us directly to the next step. Pillar 2, the emergency fund. What would it feel like to have saved up 6 months of expenses in your bank account at all times? Just imagine that feeling. Imagine the freedom and peace of mind you'd have, knowing that if you ever got sick, lost your job, or got injured, you'd be completely fine. This is why an emergency fund is crucial. Mathematicians explain it with Murphy's Law. Basically, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Instead of asking your parents for money again or pulling out your credit card and going further into debt, you will have something to fall back on, a safety net. A study found that 56% of Americans can't afford an unexpected $1,000 expense, and 22% don't have any emergency fund at all. None. I remember when I got into a car accident when I was 20. It cost me about $5,000 to fix. I was terrified. If I didn't have emergency funds saved up, I would have needed a loan. Paying back that loan with interest? It would have easily cost me more than $7,000. Generally, you want your emergency fund to cover 6 months of your financial baseline. If your baseline is $3,000 a month, you need to save $18,000 for emergencies. Let me be clear, emergencies do not include a wild night out, vacations, or pineapple pizza cravings. No, this money should only be used when all hell breaks loose. When your house floods, when you're stranded, when your life is FUBAR, that's when you use it. Once you fill your emergency fund, lock it away mentally. Immediately move to the next step. No celebrating yet, we have work to do. Pillar 3, declare war on debt. 77% of American adults are in debt. This is something we've just accepted as normal. Maybe we bought luxury clothes we didn't need to keep up a lifestyle we couldn't afford, or purchased new furniture when we could have used Craigslist. One of the worst things about debt, it strangles your monthly income. When you're paying hundreds of dollars or more for credit cards and car loans, it eats up the amount you can save and invest. So forget about cutting back on avocado toast and iced coffee. That's noise. Paying off your high-interest debt will save you thousands in interest and fees. That's the real win. Let's look at the math. If you have a credit card balance of $6,500 with an interest rate of 19.5% and you only pay the minimum payment of $130 per month, it's going to take you 8 years. 8 years to pay it off, with an additional $6,000 in interest. You're paying double for everything you bought. So what's the best strategy to pay off high-interest debt early? There are 2 ways to do this. Let me break them down. First, the avalanche method. You tackle the highest interest rate loans first. Credit cards, payday loans, car loans, anything with an interest rate of 10% or more. Pay off the highest rate first, then move to the next. Mathematically speaking, this is the cheapest and most efficient way to pay off your loans. The numbers don't lie. Another option is the snowball method. Although it's less efficient, it takes a more psychological approach. Instead of focusing on interest rates, you tackle the smallest loan amount first. You pay those off quicker, which builds momentum and motivates you to keep going. It's about feeling the win. For me, when I first got serious about personal finance, I consolidated everything into a Google spreadsheet. It contained each debt, the amount I owed, and the interest rate. Every time I made a payment, I would open up that spreadsheet and manually adjust the remaining amount. It was tedious, but it worked. Every other day, I would visualize paying off the debt. I watched the numbers shrink. I watched them hit zero, and that motivated me to keep pushing until everything was gone. When the final debt on the spreadsheet hit zero, that feeling was better than any shopping spree. Now we have room to breathe. Pillar 4, investing basics. After you pay off your high-interest debts, you'll have more wiggle room with your monthly income. But before you do anything else, you need to prioritize the next step, investing. When it comes to investing, most people think of flashing screens, day trading, and aggressive screaming. But apart from what you've seen in Wolf of Wall Street, investing doesn't need to be hard or overwhelming. The basics are easy, and once you're familiar with them, you could make millions in your lifetime. Seriously, millions. Einstein once said, "Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." Compound interest is the reason you should have started investing yesterday. Over time, the stock market returns about 10% a year on average. That means your money will essentially double every 7 to 10 years without you doing anything. If you invest $6,000 each year from age 25 to 65 with an annual return of 10%, you'll end up with over $2.7 million. Let that sink in. If you choose not to invest and instead keep that money under your mattress, you end up with $240,000. Just savings, no growth. That difference is huge. That difference can easily change your life. It can send kids to college. It can fund an early retirement. It can buy freedom. You can get my free investing starter kit to learn the basics of stock investing and confidently start today. Link is in the description. Pillar 5, where to invest. The problem is, which investing account should you use first? Taxable brokerage, 401k, IRA, HSA? Knowing which to prioritize will maximize your returns and minimize your taxes. For most people, you should first put money into your 401k account. This is a workplace retirement plan that often offers matching contributions, essentially free money. If your 401k plan offers a match, contribute enough to meet that match. It's literally free money. Don't leave it on the table. When it comes to your 401k, not only can you get free money, you can also lower your taxable income. Let me show you. If you earn $90,000 a year and your employer matches up to 3% of your salary, that means they'll give you $2,700 of free money. If you contribute 10% of your $90,000 income to your 401k, when tax season comes, you'll only pay taxes on $81,000 instead of your full salary. After you max out your employer match with your 401k, contribute to a Roth IRA account. This is different. Unlike the 401k where contributions are pre-tax, with a Roth IRA, contributions are post-tax. You pay taxes on your $90,000 salary first, then add it to your Roth IRA. The advantage of a Roth IRA, you don't have to pay taxes on any of the earnings in this account, ever. It grows tax-free and you withdraw tax-free in retirement. Plus, you can withdraw your contributions at any time, no penalties. So even though it's a retirement account, you have access to the money you put in if you really need it. After taking advantage of your retirement accounts, it's time to invest with a regular taxable brokerage account. Unlike the 401k and Roth IRA, there aren't big tax advantages here, but it's still one of the best places to invest your excess money. Personally, I've been investing with Moomoo for years. For a limited time, if you create an account with my link below and meet the deposit requirements, you can get up to 15 stocks for free. Link in the description. With all my investment accounts, I primarily invest in low-cost mutual funds for the long term. I'm not trading, I'm not gambling. I'm owning pieces of companies and holding them. When you invest for the long term, you're not checking your account every day, week, or month. You put your money in, make sure everything is set, and then you check it maybe twice a year. You don't stress every time the market has a tantrum. Pillar 6. Dollar cost averaging. The problem is most people just can't stomach the ups and downs. Over the past year, things have been looking a bit dicey, and that's when people make one of the worst financial mistakes. In finance, they call this timing the market. Basically, when the market isn't doing well, you decide to stop investing or pull all your money out and wait on the sidelines to get back in at the right time. There are two problems with this. First, you don't know if the stock market is going to go lower or higher. No one knows. Just like how economists have predicted 30 out of the last 3 market crashes. They're always wrong. Second, even if you pull out at a fantastic time right before a crash, you need to be right a second time to put it back in at the right time. Double the guesses, double the chance of failure. The best solution based on hard data and math is simple. Invest a fixed amount every month consistently. It doesn't matter if it's going up. It doesn't matter if it's going down. Let's say you invest $200 into Apple stock every single month for 5 years. When you invest a fixed amount each time, you buy more shares when the price is lower and fewer when the price is higher. Over time, this minimizes the average cost per share you pay. You're not trying to catch the bottom. You're just consistently buying. Let me give you a concrete example. Say you have $300 to invest in a very volatile stock called Magic Lamp Company. In month 1, it's $10 per share. Month 2, it crashes to $5. Month 3, it soars to $20. You want to invest $100 a month for 3 months. Month 1, you buy 10 shares. Month 2, you buy 20 shares. Month 3, you buy 5 shares. You now own 35 shares for $300. Your average price per share? $8.57. That's not the cheapest. $5 would have been cheaper if you timed it perfectly, but it's also not the most expensive. $20 would have been terrible if you bought everything at the peak. Dollar cost averaging protects you from yourself. It removes the emotion. It removes the guesswork. It just works. Pillar 7, opportunity cost. After you invest, we move to something different. When it comes to life, time is the most valuable resource. It's the only thing we can't buy more of. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you have if you don't actually have the time to enjoy your life. Money can't buy more time. In economics, they call it opportunity cost. Basically, the time you spend doing something is time not spent doing something else. Every choice has a cost. On Sunday, you might spend 3 hours washing floors, wiping windows, throwing out the trash. It has to be done, right? But what if there's a better way? What if you spent those 3 hours working on a side hustle? If you can make $90 in 3 hours and you can hire someone to clean your house for $30, your time might be better spent on the side hustle. Over time, you can use that difference, that $60, to invest, grow your money, and buy even more time back to do the things you love. It's a virtuous cycle. Here's what I want you to do. Write down tasks that you absolutely hate doing. Cleaning the toilet, mowing the lawn, driving 40 minutes to get groceries. Write down how much time it takes you to do each task. Be honest. Then write down how much you could earn if you spent that time working on your side hustle or main job. Then look into how much it costs to hire someone else to do that task. You might be surprised how affordable it is to outsource the stuff you hate. Putting all this together helped me see if it made more financial sense to hire someone or to keep doing it myself. And honestly, I started hiring out the stuff I hated. Now I have more time to focus on work, on family, on rest. I bought my time back, and you can too. Pillar 8. Automation. We've covered a lot, but the most important step of all is this, and it's the one that ties everything together. I remember for a long time, I did everything manually, paying my bills, saving for a house, moving money to investments. Every week, the same tedious routine. The problem? This takes dedicated time and brain power every single week, and that leads to a psychological problem. In psychology, they call it decision fatigue. Basically, when you make a lot of decisions during your day, the quality of each new decision decreases over time. In the morning, you might make really great choices. Salad for lunch, hit the gym. But later that evening, after 10,000 decisions, you might make mistakes you regret. Buying a pair of AirPods Max, a magic lamp you don't need, an overpriced stapler. We've all been there. Decision fatigue is real. But what if I told you that you can easily automate your finances so you never need to think about them again? No decisions, no fatigue, just automatic wealth building. When it comes to setting up automation, it will save you so much time and headache in the long run. Nowadays, I don't think twice about whether I paid my bills. I don't track whether I invested this week. I don't need to track anything because I know it's already done. The system handles it. Here's how to do it. First, make sure your paychecks are automatically deposited into your checking account. Direct deposit is step one. Then, with your bank, set up automatic transfers to move your paycheck into one of two new accounts: your spending account and your savings account. Your spending account includes fixed monthly bills and essential expenses: rent, groceries, gas, and yes, even your pineapple pizza. The essentials go here. By knowing how much you normally spend in a month, set spending targets for non-essentials: restaurants, movies, clothes. Know your limits. Then, set up automatic transfers at the end of the month to move what's left over into your second account: savings. Out of sight, out of mind. From here, the money in savings should flow into whichever step you're currently on. Saving for an emergency fund? It goes there. Paying off debt? Automate the payment. Investing? Automate the contribution. And that leads me to something you need to hear. Something you've got to start accepting. Even if you're doing all these steps, sometimes you still might feel like you're not doing a good job financially. The doubt creeps in. And that might be because you don't know the subtle signs that you're actually doing better than you think. Comparison is the thief of joy. Click here to find out the 14 subtle signs that you're financially doing better than you realize. It might change your perspective. So let's recap. 8 pillars. Find your baseline. Build your emergency fund. Kill your debt. Start investing. Use the right accounts. Dollar cost average. Buy back your time. And automate everything. Follow these steps every single payday, and you won't just wonder where your money went. You'll know exactly where it is, and you'll watch it grow. My name is Finn, and this is how we do money on this channel. No judgment, no shame, just practical steps to build a better life. If this video helped you, if you learned one thing, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel reach more people who need to hear this. And subscribe if you haven't already. I make videos like this every week to help you take control of your finances and your future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of your money.